When you think about a man's value and his worth, it's providence. How well can I provide?
See, I'm back on my. There's too many niggas, I'm fooling these niggas. And how many niggas? It's two of these niggas, like booing them niggas. I'm doing these niggas, so who gon' deliver the news?
So we're talking about depression. And obviously, we all understand that it's present, that it happens in men, it happens in women, it happens to everybody. There's depression, there's sadness, there's melancholy, there's that feeling of not being worthy, right? And as men, right, we're talking about fathers. So typically, as a gross generalization in this society, women's value, their currency, their social currency is based on how they look. Beauty, attractiveness, sexiness, all sorts of things. That's why when you go on Instagram and TikTok, you see a bunch of fitness models and they ain't got no clothes on, and because people respond to that, right? Is what it is. Those are the ones with 8 million followers. When you think about a man's value and his worth, it's providence. How well can I provide, right? Am I able to have the right money? Am I able to fix the things that are broken? Am I able to show up? And am I able to run the family? Am I able to create a milieu in the household that's like safe and nurturing and all those things? Well, it's a lot. So when a woman decides to have a family, right? Once you have children and you dive headfirst into the children and you are no longer sexy, especially if you have a mate, right? You have a partner, you're no longer sexy. Nobody questions that, right? Because sort of that social currency is built to purchase you what you've already purchased, right? This home life, the husband, the children, that whole daydream. So not having that currency anymore, it is what it is. Right? You don't, it's not as necessary. That's why when you see pregnant women, just with the social media, you see pregnant women in these bikinis, look how sexy I am. People think, hey, what are you doing? Be a mom. When you see moms out dressed like they're 15, people go, hey, what are you doing? Sexy's not for you. But for men, that doesn't go away, right? That ability to have money, that social currency that says, listen, look at me, I have power, right? I'm the best fighter. I have the most money. I'm the most attractive, whatever it is that translates to power in this setting. I have that, and I have buckets of it. That doesn't go away when you have a family. In fact, it only amplifies. It only becomes more. Right now, I really need to have it all. I got to have the answers. I got to have everything. And so herein lies the sort of the dichotomy, right? The juxtaposition between male and female social currency. How do we spend that? How do we earn it? And what does it matter? So for men, yeah, of course you're going to have depression because you're not able to uphold that level of currency, that level of success, that level without questions, right? Without questioning yourself, without feeling like you're not good enough, without feeling like you didn't do it right. Right. And so obviously that's why they say, oh, men have midlife crises. Yeah, of course, because that's the time where it all starts coming in on you. Oh, my God, am I doing it right? Maybe if I get back to my youth, I'll still have that level of social currency. I'll still have that level of power. I'm going to get a Corvette. And then these dudes drive them at 35 miles an hour on the freeway, and you look over, it's always some old white dude in a Corvette. Look next time you see a Corvette then. That's what happens to us. And what you have to realize is the people that are around you, number one, don't understand that. Most of the time, we don't even understand it, right? So you can't explain it. But when you do understand it, then you have to be able to explain and express that to the people that are around you. And if you have children, they may not know. And so I know for me, there's a point where it is frustrating and it is sometimes there's friction, in the home. And like I've said before, there is this sort of insecurity about being the step parent. Who are you? Who are you? Just some dude, right? That's all there is to it. And sometimes that does get to me. And then you go away and sort of be in your own space for however long that is, minutes, hours, days, weeks, whatever it is. Now, when you think, well, I showed up for this event, and this event, I'm doing okay. you have to realize that the kid doesn't care if you showed up for the events as much as they care that you're not who you always are with them. You're not either present physically or emotionally or mentally. You're not just there for them to reach out. Hey, I got a question. Let me turn around and ask this guy. You're not there. And so the idea is, yeah, we do need to recharge and we do need to figure out what's what. But you have to try to do that the quickest way you can and then return to where you're at and then figure out what the thorn is in your side. What is the thorn? What's the pea under the mattress? What's the pebble in the shoe that's creating an environment where you need to sort of reset? Is it money? Then you need to figure that out, right? However you figure it out, budget back, make more money, whatever the situation is. Is it your spouse? Then you need to have that conversation and figure it out. That's why they say sometimes being divorced is the better situation. You think staying together for the kids, but you're miserable, and now everybody's miserable, and now the guy or whomever has to take a break, and now he's not there for the kid, right? And then when you are there, you're either still not there or you're just angry, right? Don't laugh, don't smile, don't tell jokes. You're just not the same. And the kids pick up on that because that's what they use to navigate the world, how they feel, right? They don't have experience. They don't have intellect. They don't have reason a lot of times. So they just go off what's the vibe. And that's why they know, hey, the vibe's off, because they're in tune to that, right? And so it's 100% okay to be sad and to be depressed and to be unsure of yourself and insecure. But you have to understand how that affects everybody else. And you got to make that as temporary as possible, because it does. It affects everybody around you and everyone can feel it, right? You're not hiding it from anybody in your new, Ford Raptor or TRX pickup truck or your Corvette, if you're an old white guy. It's not saving you from anything, right? There's something at the core that you need to get to. And even if you understand, hey, I'm just tripping for a minute, then understand that and then start to process, right? And if you can at least talk to your spouse, talk to your partner, right? Talk to the other parent. Hey, can you help me with navigating with the children in this time in my life? How can you, because you're clear-headed, right? Can you go and explain a little more clearly than I can? And when you have your little breakdown or timeout that you need, here I am picking up the slack, making sure everything's going as smoothly as possible. And that's what teamwork is, right? That's what a good teammate is, because expecting that you're never going to be hurt, I'm never going to be upset, I'm always going to be the best version of myself is an expectation that's too high. And then that is what sets you up for disaster, right? You're expecting this person to do all these wonderful things all of the time. And then when they don't, you're no longer excited about who they are. You're just mad that they're not giving you all these wonderful things. And it's just not possible, right? And I think as men, understanding and admitting that we're not where we wanted to be, we're not the strongest, we're not the richest, we're not the whatever-ist, that wears on you, without the understanding that, yeah, that's okay. Most people aren't the est of anything, right? They're not the best of anything. Most people aren't. So you're just in a pool of other people that ain't that great. So give yourself some grace and give yourself some peace and see if you can work together with the other parent or anybody that's around and process through your things, because it is not just you with an endless amount of time, right? This endless supply of time for you to figure everything out. Understand that no matter how great or how poor of a parent you are, the children just want time. They just want time and interest and support. And if you cannot provide that, you have to get back on that horse as quickly as possible. Understand it, keep pushing, keep parenting. We'll talk to you later. Have a good day.
Stop a mortal boss, I'm about to boss around the block of undereducated, mitigated, mindless infiltrated, ever hated fucking